G'day, welcome to the Australian Herpetoculture podcast. I'm Jason.
My name's Luke, if you couldn't tell from the name badges down below.
I know, it's good. I like this setup. I like it. It's something different.
Oh, I've got a nice little notification to watch live now. NPR Network, Jason and Luke are live.
Oh, I turned all my notifications off, so I didn't get it.
I like to know when the boys are uploading stuff, so then I got something new to listen to.
Oh, okay. Actually, I get him. I think I've got like my phone set on some weird mode where it's like doesn't disturb you after a certain time, so that notifications don't show. Like the next day, they'll all show.
Oh, I've got that too, but mine doesn't start doing that until about 10:30. Unlike you, you're probably usually earlier to bed than I am.
Yeah, pretty much when I get home, I turn it like my phone's on silent. So
fair enough, man.
Yeah,
the kiddies.
Exactly. What's been happening anyway?
I just noticed that Kieran's just jumped on. Waddle's Reptiles. Hey, mate.
Oh,
how you doing?
How you going, buddy?
Yeah. Jamison Brody's in the chat. Hey, mate.
Nice. How you going?
Got a few people watching already. Can you see any of that?
Nah.
Oh. You can't see any of the comments?
Oh, no, I can. There we go. I've got to change the thing over. I can see it now.
We'll get used to this.
Yeah. Second time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's no, what's been going on? Tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. Life,
yeah. Gets in the way after a while. Not in the way, but you get busy and
work's just been mental.
Yeah, same here. Let's get that mad Christmas rush. Yours is probably a bit worse than mine, but it's good. I got a long weekend coming this weekend, so
yeah. I get people getting cranky at me because I don't have any bearded dragons out yet, and it's like, man, can't force the things to breed.
That's it.
Can't force them to hatch and grow. But yeah. That's life in retail shops.
Don't envy that.
Yeah. And we've got heaps of guys joining the chat. So we've got
good.
Cam in there, Chook Burns is in there, Dutchy's in here, Kai Gould's in here as well. Hey fellas, how you doing?
Yeah.
No, I like doing these live chats because it's kind of cool to be able to interact with people, and half the time they throw out better questions than we come up with. So
yeah, that's right. And it saves them just listening to us waffle the whole time. We're waffling about crap.
Standard story, mate. You having a beer tonight?
Yeah, buddy. Sure am. I'm on the blues.
Is that the Troopers?
Yep, that one, yeah.
That's right. This thing does like weird.
Yeah, it throws me.
Remember the camera's thrown off? Yeah.
Yeah, it's back to front. It's like a mirror. So.
I'm having a Kingfisher from Aldi.
Nothing wrong with the Aldi beer, mate.
No, mate. Yeah, does all right. But I was going to have a whiskey. And then I was like, nah, not live.
I've got the bottle there, but I just thought.
You did?
Just sits here now. It's my podcast drink.
No, that's good. That's good.
Shameless plug for that company.
What was it?
The Dugite whiskey.
Dugite whiskey. Just making sure you say it so the listeners at home who are aren't looking at it, they can see it, hear it. Jesus, I'll get it right once. So no, how good was that episode? I really enjoyed that episode last week with Josh. Hey.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, it was good getting a perspective from a younger fella as well. So
he looks like he's got a crack it.
Someone from the America.
Hey, good morning, Ryan.
Yeah,
that's epic. That's awesome. Hey, Wild Oz. Yeah, that's kind of crazy because I think they're pretty much all asleep over there. Well, most people over there are asleep. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's good to get a young fella's perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not he's been in the hobby for a while, but he's just super young. So it was good to have a chat with him and get, his view on everything.
Yeah, that was awesome. I thought it was a really good thing to be able to do. Yeah. He's got a really good head on his shoulders, and I reckon he's going to go far with those Murray's projects. So that'll be cool.
You don't really see them around much, which is good. Good to see someone working with them. So on the hot topic, your green tree pythons, mate.
I jumped straight into the deep end. There's no no warming up.
No, I'm surprised someone hasn't said anything in the comments yet. So
yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's G'day Tyson. Thanks for joining in. 4 a.m. over there, Ryan. Jesus.
Wow.
I do 4 a.m. Yeah, thanks for getting up.
Morning.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're hypnotizing to say the least.
Yep. So how many days was it all up?
50 days total. Yeah. So from eggs to every single one of them pipping. Yeah. 50 days. Some of them crawled out of the egg sometime between day 50 and day 51.
Yeah, okay.
So they all did it overnight. I pretty much got up at 6 a.m. and they were all out of the egg. So
yeah, okay. And you pulled the clutch out, didn't you? Like once one
yeah,
picked, because you found one in the enclosure, didn't you?
3. Yeah, so 3 were like scattered around the enclosure, and Mum was kind of cruising around too, and I was just like, I'm just going to separate this before Mum squashes one by accident or something. So yeah. Plus, I wanted to get Mum back in there, less stressed, and feed straight back into her and stuff, which she was pretty happy about, to be honest. And yeah, she's already had 2 rats, and I was actually going to defrost one probably after this and give her another feed tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
just kind of keep it coming in.
Yeah. But no, that was awesome. That would have been awesome to walk in and just see these yellow babies in the enclosure.
Well, I got a notification thanks to Grid Connect. Another plug there. I was sitting on the couch with my wife, and I was like, "Oh, movement detected in Loki's room." And I'm like, "Hang on, that thing's pointed at the green tree python." And then
straight in there.
I went to log into it, and I was like, "Oh, it's just right there. Why am I doing that?" And I walked in, and she was up in the branches, so she was the one that kind of set it all off. And then, there's these 3 little yellow neonates crawling around and perching and stuff. It was unreal.
That's awesome. That's so good.
Yeah. And added bonus, because I thought I had 8 eggs. And I had 12.
Couldn't see, could you?
Nah, I could count 8, and I'm like, there's possibly 9, maybe 10 if I'm lucky. Because I couldn't see the couple that were kind of hidden behind it. Yeah. And then even when I was tubbing them up, like I sent you a bit of an early link to that video. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it. But
I started to, but I didn't. Obviously, getting the kids to bed, I didn't get a chance to finish it. So
no, fair enough. You save that for your toilet break tomorrow, mate.
Exactly.
So I had all the tubs ready to go, and then I was like, oh, geez, there's actually 12. I thought it was only 11. So yeah, bonus one even at the end.
That's all right. And you counted 12 eggshells?
Yep.
Yeah,
12 eggshells, 12 babies.
Yeah.
And much to a few people's confusion, 3 have already eaten 24 hours out of the egg. So
that's pretty good.
I'm doing things a little bit sideways. I know some people kind of wait for first sheds and stuff, which I used to, but I kind of took a bit of a leaf out of Peter's book. I think he kind of starts shoveling food into his antaresia pretty early.
Hey, if it works, especially with green tree pythons.
Yeah, well, that's it, because they make me pretty nervous. But actually, I'll do the honest things. We got the video going. I'll pull one out, and have a little bit of a flex. Because why not? I can do that.
You got removable perches in there and stuff. Make it easy for yourself.
Yeah, so I've just got them set up on trellis.
Yeah.
So
look at that. How awesome!
This little one's already one that's eaten. But yeah, heaps bigger than I thought they were. Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little bit boosted along too, just because of having that extra feed. But
yeah,
bloody gorgeous.
So beautiful. Things, hey? Yeah.
And the pattern's so different on all of them. Like, there's some that have got like heaps of that little kind of, triangular zigzag patterning and things, and there's some that have got like next to none. Like this one's actually not got a lot of it compared to some of them, and some of them have got like almost like rusty colored necks and stuff like that. Like they're a bit like
not
a
smudge pattern. Like it's not like the actual pattern. It's more of like a smudge.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, pretty cool little things though.
Yeah,
absolutely stoked with them. And yeah, those 3 that did eat, they ate unscented as well. So
that's awesome.
And a full pinky, which I was quite surprised about, because I was like, everyone's telling me pinky heads, pinky parts, all this sort of stuff, and it's a lot nicer getting a whole pinky into them.
Yeah, and Matt got some out as well.
Yeah,
incubated.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Daz. That's the way that I'm kind of looking at it. It's as soon as you get those green tree pythons eaten. That's my theory anyway. Yeah, so Matt got he had 14 eggs laid.
Yeah.
Got 15 babies out, so he had a set of twins in there. And he had 52 days. And that was a maternal incubated clutch as well. So
pretty much almost the same as you. Extra day.
Yeah.
Yours came out 50, 51, didn't they? 52 in between.
50 days. 50 days. 50 days they were all pipped.
Yeah.
So, and then 4 were out.
Yeah.
The rest of them overnight. But no, Matt did awesome with his as well. He shared
that clutch with someone, didn't he? Like the clutch is the male, someone else or something, maybe?
I want to say there's something there. Like there was an animal on loan somewhere or something like that. So But yeah, so he was saying it was completely different to my female, though, because we obviously were talking about it out of excitement. And his female was completely defensive, wouldn't let him get anywhere near it. So he's like, I can see a green tree python hatched, but, she's not letting me anywhere near it, so I've got no idea what's going on. Whereas mine was just like, see ya, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I've done my bit.
Ditched him and went.
Where's the rats? Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's it was really cool to actually kind of share that experience because I was bouncing ideas off him. And yeah, I don't think I actually I'm not sure if I mentioned it in a podcast earlier. But I think the reason that she laid on the floor where she did is because the diamond's heat panel from the cage below.
It's directly below.
Correct. Yeah, so that was quite warm there. So that's why she would have been a little bit.
Yeah, it is. Because, now you say that, because I remember the way your tank was set up. It's pretty much directly below it.
Yeah, it was like halfway through the incubation. I was like, I wonder why she did it there. And I'm like, oh, doy. There's a heat mat essentially underneath her. So that's on a thermostat as well, and gets 12 hours of heat a day. So
so she's only really got to get it up just a tiny bit herself, especially it would have been the nighttime as well.
Well, that's where I saw most of the sort of like shivering behavior and stuff like that to get that energy up there. But so for anybody listening at home, I saw the temperatures which I read next to her, not in the coils. I read from anywhere from 24 to 32 and a half. Yeah. And it ranged between, I never saw it drop below 60% humidity, and I never saw it go above 79% humidity.
Yeah. And that's with the grid connect thermometer, wasn't it?
No. So that was just with like a single probe from a Reptile one, so a bit of a cheaper brand thermometer, hygrometer. So I probably should have put the grid connecting in there next to it, but I had that on top of her cage to control the room's heating and stuff. So I didn't want to mess around with that just in case it got too hot. No,
that's fair enough.
In there. I've just seen this little comment.
I saw that one too. Luke's probably going to hold them all.
Yeah.
You can tell by the look.
Yeah. I need space.
Don't blame you, man. Don't blame you.
No, I've decided at the very least I'm keeping 4, but I'm going to try to keep 5. I mean, not only do I love them as an animal, but, and I created them, and it'll be cool to kind of keep some of my own progeny, but at the same time, I really want to watch the color change. Yeah. That's like one of the main 100%. Things that I actually want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's awesome. Yeah.
We haven't even talked if you wanted any.
No, we haven't actually. We've been we've both been super busy these last, we usually talk every day, but the last 2 weeks has just been the odd message here and there.
Yeah, kind of just touching base, going, what are we doing this week, sort of thing. And we're even still kind of at the beginning end of organising this trip and stuff like that. So
I was telling the missus about it before. I was like, oh, when's your girls' trip away again? She's like, oh, it's not till May. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Because I go away at the start of Feb just for a long weekend with the kids camping and stuff. But I have to double check the date. But no, that date's all good. It all depends on Luke. So
yeah, it depends what the top end's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I was sitting down at Flight Centre today with my wife. Got out early and went to vote early, so I don't have to do it on the weekend. And
does everyone have to vote this weekend?
I don't know. I do, apparently. So I've done it. Yeah, it depends on the area you're from, I suppose. But so I was sitting down there and she's like, it's not too bad. It's $400 return each. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, 15 kilos of luggage, not including your carry-on. So
yeah. What's carrying usually 8 kilos or something, isn't it?
Something like that.
I'll use every 8 of that kilo.
You got to do smart things. You got to wear boots. Yeah. You got to wear a jacket. Just in case you do need a jacket. Not that I think we will, but
put your pluggers in your carry-on.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. Carry your jacket. Yeah. Everything. If you've got a laptop, carry your laptop. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm not going to be bringing a laptop with me.
Nah. I just thought about backing stuff up. That's all.
True.
But yeah. Travel smart. I like Scott's idea though.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. So roll up the clothes in the swag and then use that as your luggage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea. When he told me that, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? And then I messaged you, I was actually thinking about that on the way home.
Yeah, because I was like, I swear I've talked to somebody about this before, and I kind of cropped up that idea, and Yeah. It makes sense, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like if I could pretty much roll a majority of the stuff in that swag and it'd
Yeah.
still be under, like the swags aren't, actually should weigh it, but they're not super heavy, but you only need a couple of pairs of clothes.
We're not going to need much.
No.
As long as we can still find some sort of swimming hole to wash the stench off every couple of days just so we don't kill each other by the end of the trip.
Yeah, just drive around with the windows down. It'll be all good.
Yeah.
No, I'm keen. I'm real keen. I just started editing a couple of photos on Instagram. Yeah, they're going good actually, Cam. Real good. They're settling in there, and these, I'll do it again. These tanks here, just smashing crickets, trying to work out sexes.
Growing.
Pretty sure they're just males, but we'll work it out in the future.
Got to start somewhere.
Just stoked to have them back, man. Like I forgot how much. I should get one out.
Go do it.
Yeah, well,
if you can. Why not? We're all showing off reptiles here. We may as well. Sorry to the listeners that are listening. If you are listening, then you'll just have to join in and come and check it out on the channel so you can actually see what we're talking about here. So make sure to get onto the NPR Network YouTube channel. So here we go. Oh, look at that. That is a stunning, stunning critter. Oh, I haven't kept these guys yet, and I'd love to do it one day. Not just yet, but maybe when Jason's got crazy numbers of them up. That's absolutely stunning. They're such a unique little gecko. Such a unique little gecko. But what have we got here? We got a few questions coming through. I'll wait for Jason to jump back on. That was awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome.
You have to come up and see him.
Yeah, I'm dying to come up, man. I need to come up that way anyway because I need to come and see Coop. So
yeah,
I need to go and
that one is for me, Jamison.
Yeah, I wonder where you got that one from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are, Tyson. I'm not too. They say I think there's more of them overseas than there actually is in captivity in Australia for some reason.
Europeans, man.
Germany, yeah, a lot of Europeans have them.
The magical portal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
that's crazy stuff. But yes, there's tons of different species. Like there's so many different species of geckos over in even like the US that we're not even allowed to keep.
Yeah.
Stacks of stuff.
They've got like amnicola over there and stuff, like Fullerus that we can't even keep here, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
so another question's just come through regarding your chameleon geckos.
That one is, yes, but that's not what they're staying in. That's more of like a temporary one.
So just for the listeners at home, Dutchie had just asked if that was a 30 by 30 by 45 enclosure, and that's what, they're temporarily staying in.
Yeah, so there's one in that, and there's a few other ones. There's a couple more enclosures next to that. So
yeah,
I like to let things settle in for a little bit before I chuck them in, especially those type of geckos. So I can monitor their actual feeding. If I put them in a big enclosure straight away, you can't see how many crickets they ate and if they eat the cricket, especially if you've got plants and everything in there.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah.
It's the same as even like this little white Berber tank that I've got next to me just for these hatchies, like it's just a plain off-the-shelf background on it, a little bit of dirt in the bottom and a couple of shallow water bowls and a couple of little bits of bark just so they can hide under something during the day. Keep it simple. They can find their food. They eat their food. And they're starting to grow.
Yeah. And these ones aren't fully grown yet either. So
no. So they're a pretty decent sized little gecko though. Like when you got that out, I was quite impressed.
Yeah.
So how old was that one that you got it out?
It's under 2. I think it was like 16 months or something. So
yeah,
it's not too far off being fully grown. But they'll be going in a 600 cube.
Yeah.
That's down on the floor there. That's in the process of getting finished. Probably actually be finished this weekend.
Mm. I wonder where Damien Smilders is. Not 100% where he is. Flooding here, but extremely humid. I think it was about 90% yesterday. Still getting high 20s, even the long days of rain. Let us know where you are, Damien, because I'd be interested if you're up the top end. It'd be nice to know. Yeah, German undies. Well done, John. John hatched out a couple of golden tail geckos. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice feat. So congratulations, John. That's awesome. Good evening, Ryan. So pretty stoked that I've got a couple of feeds there. But I tell you what, I'm starting to kind of like get that little bit of a burn from having so many critters. I think
it gets like that. Like I felt that way the other day because I've just started buying bulk crickets again.
Yeah,
I was just buying like the plastic tubs because I only had the boids and the frogs and that. And then I've got the geckos, the boids, the front. I'm like, I'll just buy bulk because it's easier. And then stupid me did the podcast last week, put the tub outside, forgot to bring the tub in, and then they all just cooked. So I was like, there goes a bulk batch of crickets. That was a waste of money.
While we're talking about wasting money on bulk crickets, did you catch my video I chucked on
I did. What happened there?
So I went to go and feed everything here, and what I usually do is I kind of get the cricket boxes down, put them in the middle of the floor.
Is that what's up on the top of your enclosures up there? Yeah.
Yeah, so I got, I think, small crickets, medium crickets, and then woodies.
Yeah.
And then I've got another tub of woodies in the other room. Anyway, so I had them down on the ground, and I kind of like shake out all the cardboard so they're all running around loose. And I just have like a cardboard tube from like a paper towel roll in there. And I use that to like shake them into a jar full of calcium powder so then I can dish them out. Anyway, I was in a rush, turned around quickly, and I just put a fresh bulk bag of 1,500 medium crickets in this box, and I probably had already about 500 or so left in it.
Yeah.
And I kicked over the whole tub. So it was like maybe 500 left in the tub when I quickly turned it back up, and 1,500 crickets just running around in here.
Yeah.
My wife's going, "What's going on?" Because I'm swearing my head off like a trooper. And I quickly kicked her out, shut the door, shoved down some like calico bags and stuff underneath the door so they couldn't go out the door into the rest of the house. And then I was just in here like picking them up as many as I could. And ended up getting the beardy out and trying to wake him up to help me out, and ended up sucking up a fair few in the vacuum cleaner as well, and just going, "No, it's just too hard. It's just easier to catch it with the vacuum." So
got the majority of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've always got a couple loose, but I reckon the next day I probably only had like 10 running around, which is pretty good considering the amount that I let loose.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I've got an Asian house gecko running around the shed somewhere.
That'll help.
All my ones. I scared the crap out of him the other night. I opened the door and he just fell straight on my head.
I'm assuming
Scott.
This isn't Ty.
Yep.
Hey, Scott. How you doing? He gave me a good, actually, speaking of the devil, he gave me a good couple of pointers the other day for fixing those URS for vivariums. So instead of doing the sliding doors on them, using cube lock essentially to build a frame, and then like one big swing door. So whether you use like a big piano hinge or something, and essentially just have like an internal frame with the cube lock and the like a piece of acrylic cut to size and drilled properly as well. So then you can just fix it in that way. Yeah. So if I end up keeping those enclosures during my downsize, I might use those as a way to fix them up.
Because that cube lock, you can actually get it with a lip on it. So you can get like instead of just the cube, you get it with a lip. So you can just silicone it in on that lip and seal it up.
Yeah.
Or drill and rivet, whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, I'd probably drill and rivet or drill and screw. Just because I don't know how long silicone will bond to acrylic.
Yeah, that's true.
If it was glass, it'd be maybe longer, a lot more of a bond, but glass is also, and this is what Scott was talking about as well, glass is incredibly heavy.
Yeah, super heavy.
So if you're doing a big swing door or something like that, like acrylic's going to be easier.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes if I end up going down that route or not. Acrylic. Well, the thing is, and this is what Scott said, is, get the acrylic cut to size at a good acrylic shop and get them to pre-drill it for you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And you don't have to do anything but nip it all up.
Yeah. So, Scott just said the silicone doesn't last. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of people swear by silicone a fair bit, but I've seen it come off a lot of stuff too. Really good for glass on glass. Yeah. I mean, that's what fish tanks are, but there's other
do your best silicone the rest.
Is that your favourite work saying?
It used to be.
Surprised it's not Sikaflex or something.
Yeah. But that's actually a really good idea, that cube lock.
Yeah. No. Frogs are going off tonight, apparently, according to Scotty. So Scott's up in southeast Queensland. Scott, if you want to come on and have a yat, you just let us know, mate, because the link's always there if you just want to come on and stir crap up, because we know how much you love to do that on podcasts all around the world. So you just let me know. Yeah, so what have we got here? Tyson's also said that he's got wild broadtail geckos in his reptile room to clean up any escapees. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's at least that's a little bit more natural to the area.
Yeah, not the Asian house geckos.
Yeah. Can we get a list of plants you guys have managed to kill? So there's a list of what doesn't work in enclosures. Mate, how much time do you have?
Yeah.
Because there's a hell of a lot of time to... Yeah, I've killed a lot of plants, especially arid stuff.
Just put Ficus benjamina and everything. You'll be right.
Ficus, pothos vines, and umbrella plants.
Yeah. One thing I struggle with is Maidenhair Fern.
Apparently it needs to stay wet.
Yes, I've worked that out. But yeah, I struggle with it in all my other enclosures. And then I finally worked out that it needs to be super wet.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
young fella at work, he was showing me heaps of Maidenhair Fern that was actually growing in a waterfall. So it was like in the cracks off the sides of waterfalls where it obviously get that like wet leach into like those cracks and stuff. Scott said native violet. That's a great one. I know a lot of people have success with that one.
Yeah, I might have to check that one out actually.
Yeah.
I've actually got some rabbit's foot fern, Cam, but I don't know whether I'll chuck it. I'm contemplating chucking it in or not.
Yeah.
I like it, but I'm thinking about just building a little terrarium just purely for plants. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool
just
if you could do that too to harvest from it as well.
Yeah.
I've thought about that.
Yeah, that's what I thought of doing. And then that way, like, because I got a bunch of moss and I've had it in the incubator sitting at about 39 degrees overnight just to kill any chytrid fungus. So that'll go in. So hopefully I've got a long weekend this weekend. So I'm planning on knocking up all the enclosures and this and that. So.
Yeah. It's got to if I'm not killing it, it's working well. Yeah, 100% agree, mate.
Yeah.
I don't have that much time to kind of be sitting here watching everything so much anymore. I'm half kind of considering going back to a lot of the terrariums is going back to the more like a naturalistic style or choosing plants that are just like
hardy,
bulletproof.
Yeah. That's the
stuff that I don't need to concentrate on. It kind of sucks, but man, I got so many more hours in the day that have been taken up by work and travel and stuff like that. So yeah.
Chat with Pete made you really change your mind, mate, about how much stuff you got, time.
Oh, look, like it's one of those things that I'd already been thinking about a little bit, like doing a bit of a downsize, and then there's just a few things going on that I think are going to kind of push it into that direction. So yeah, I've already kind of planned on what I want to keep and what I want to downsize from, and I'm already starting to put the feelers out there to friends that, I know that are interested in certain sorts of things and that. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm kind of in the. It's funny, hey, like how it goes. Like I don't know. It's been like quite a few years of quite a large collection, and I almost want to do a bit of a push, same as what you're doing.
Yeah,
into a smaller collection, but like really well done enclosures, really well looked after animals, and it's bettering that husbandry so much.
Yeah,
and like I've already started planning enclosures and stuff in my head to get rid of this whole wall.
Yeah. The whole one. Yeah, right. Or just having whole enclosures on the wall, pretty much, larger ones.
It'd be 5 enclosures.
You've got this worked out.
I do. I do. And it would essentially be, this is all in theory, of course. We'll wait until this actually happens, but it would be 2 4x4 but 2 foot enclosures in the corner over here. Yeah. Ruffy's greens. And then 3 5 by 2.5 by 2 foot enclosures for Gillens, Tristis, Kimbo on that wall.
Yeah.
But I'd spend a hell of a lot of time on them and do them properly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it'll be kind of crazy if it works out, but we'll see.
What are you going to make them out of? Form ply?
Of course. Yeah.
Nice.
It's cheap. I figure I can build one of those big enclosures that I'm talking about. So 1,500, 800, 600. Like timber wise, it would only cost me $130.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
For the box, $20 for a track plus glass. I work in an aquarium shop, so I'm sort of sorted there. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I've got all the lighting and all that sort of gear. I'm not going to need any of that stuff. Like, that's stuff that I've already got. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. But I've got a master plan already happening. I didn't sleep much last night. Let's put it that way.
Measuring stuff up and this and that.
Yep.
I was room for green tree pythons here, mate. So,
you can have some fillet crower. Do you want some little croaky frogs?
Yeah, mate, I'll take them. It's room here for frogs. Oh, we actually went to the reptile park yesterday, actually, Monday. Yeah, so the day off went up to the reptile park. Yeah, and my missus saw greeny gold bell frogs for the first time.
Oh, cool!
Fell in love.
Yeah,
she's like, "Oh my god, I've got to have these."
Need your R2.
Yes, A2. Yeah.
And you hit up Sydney.
I said, yeah. That's what I said. I said, I know someone that has them, but I've got to get my A2. So I don't think I can get that yet. Is that the same as your reptile license? You got to wait 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a really cool frog, though. Like, they're very underrated, too.
100%. Yeah. Seeing them in the flesh compared to pictures.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Like, the gold on them, it's almost like someone drawn them with those gold magic markers. Like, it's like, they're beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a good day, though.
Animals. Did you get to run into any of the guys up there?
Nah, I didn't. We were kind of like two kids. It's a bit hard.
Yeah.
It was basically like he just wanted to play in the park, see the dinosaurs, watch the reptile show. Then we walked through the reptile exhibit and the spider exhibit, and that was pretty much us. I went and saw like the frogs and the turtles and that down the back, and that was pretty much it. Yeah,
just lost interest, or he just ran out of energy?
No, he didn't run out of energy. He just loses a bit of interest. He's just young. It was more so, and obviously with a 1-year-old as well.
Yeah,
it's a bit full on, but
yeah.
But yeah, they loved it. Like, it was awesome. It's just because we've obviously been in the Herp Society. You get the pass, so we go there once a year usually. But
yeah, cool.
But yeah,
I'm not sure if I renewed my society pass with the Central Coast one. Might have just been a bit of an accident.
No, this is the
the AHS.
AHS.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to get into that.
Yeah, I've never been a member of the Central Coast one for some weird reason.
When you do expos, they make you become members because they're run by those guys. So, which is all good. Doesn't bother me.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's like
I always was going to, but I just never got around to it. Actually, I should do that this year. Sign up for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right there. I should do it again since I'm so close. I've got a question, or Fries has raised a question here. Any Gillen's eggs yet, Luke? Yes. So I've had 2 clutches laid. One were complete slugs. So she slugged out on 8 eggs, which was really disappointing, but the way it goes. And then my original female, who's just a beast, she laid 5 good eggs for me. She laid 6, but I think one's dead. Just no good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Keith asked, when's the Christmas party? Is that you talk about the Herp Christmas party? I'm not too sure. I don't know if they're doing it this year. I haven't seen anything organised about it. Oh, there you go. This Sunday, if you're part of the Reptile Society. Guys all over it. Yeah, so if you're part of the AHS, they do a Christmas party up at the Reptile Park.
Yeah, cool.
So
that's pretty cool.
You might try and pop in, actually, if it's on Sunday. Yeah, I didn't go last year because I was away. But
you're not coming over on Sunday then?
Oh, actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll be there Sunday. Don't worry about it. Actually, I might pop in on the way back. I've got to drive past.
Yeah, do that.
But that's right, Sunday. Forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. I actually told my missus about that the other day. The 5th, yeah.
Yeah. Cam hit me up today, and I was like, I think I might be working because we got like a bit of a rotating 6-day roster as well.
Yep.
But I think I get out of it this Sunday. I think I'm on for the next or the one after. So yeah, it should work out well. But yeah, Cam's just jumped in.
That.
Yeah, we're doing a bit of like a swap meet essentially, and
catch up, and
kind of in between you two. Probably further towards you though, Jace, rather than Cam. I think Cam's got to come a little bit further, unfortunately. But yeah, you're getting some new frogs this weekend, and I'm getting a new background for the green tree python enclosure.
Yeah,
should be pretty insane. You guys can check out the little babies.
I was about to say that. That'll be unreal.
Oh, they're so cool. It weirds me out, hey, because sometimes they just go and like sit on the ground. I'm like, well, your dad does this a lot, so I'm not freaking too hard. And they seem happy.
It's a myth that if they're on the ground, they're sick. Like,
I don't buy into any of that.
No, that's just.
You see all the wild photos of them, people finding them in the wild, and most of the time they're sitting on the bloody ground rather than in a tree.
Oh, here you go. Kai said if you're a part of any reptile society, you can go. So there you go.
Huh.
Must just be a big Chris. That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go.
I'd love to see you boys at the VHX. When is the VHX Expo? That's a mouthful, that one. VHS Expo, bro. Jamison. When is that? I don't think I've seen it advertised anywhere. But in saying that, I haven't really been on Facebook much, so.
I see it pop up every now and then, but I generally glance over it just because it's like, oh, that's in Victoria. That's like Australia's Mexico. So.
Tell you what, that could be worth a little flight down. It's pretty cheap.
We could do it. Why not?
Yeah.
I know a travel agent.
Yeah.
We don't even have to do anything. We just have to turn up at the airport.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully he answers and tells us when it is. Because it's not that.
The IRS Xmas party, though, Kai. Oh, the Illawarra Reptile Society. That'd be cool. I need to catch up with all those guys from down that way as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So Tyson said that the Vhx Expo was that is a mouth twister.
Yeah.
Tongue twister. So Tyson said that expo was really good too. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it, but obviously I've never ventured down that way to go there. It's close to the airport.
I've actually really liked the last couple of Illawarra expos.
Yeah.
I thought they were really well done. But yeah. I think there's a kid bouncing the ball on the roof.
I just heard that. I was like, is that me?
No, it's not your possums. It's child upstairs.
It's probably like, I'll get this guy back. I hear frogs every night and just starts bouncing the ball.
Well, it is in a bedroom, I suppose, so that makes sense.
Yeah, because they'd be mirrored layout the whole way up, I'd imagine, too.
100%. 100%. Yeah, so what else is new, man? Have you filled up those frog enclosures yet? Because you got the dirt the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got everything ready to go. I've got plants. Just got to go cut some branches down, which is probably going to go do on the weekend. Just chuck them in the incubator for a bit, boil them. Not boil them, but, heat them up just to make sure there's nothing in them, nothing on them, and do all that. So,
yeah. It would be... that photo that you sent through the other day of the branches in your Boyd's enclosure.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got... And the funny thing is, the light in that enclosure, it's actually just an aquarium one. It's not the plant grow light. It's just the aquarium tropical light. So, the plant grow light, I'm pretty sure, is more expensive for the same size than the tropical aquarium light. But it's anyway...
like $10 more.
Yeah, $10 more. But, if you're buying 10 lights, adds up. But yeah, so basically I've cut some branches and that off like trees and stuff like that in the bush, and basically they're starting to sprout leaves and new branches out of the ones I cut down. So it's pretty cool, but it's all up near the light. So obviously the lighting spectrum's the right spectrum and everything else. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's just weird because you're going, how are you actually drawing any nutrients? Have you checked around the base of the branch if it's actually starting to throw any roots?
The soil's super deep where what I did do is I've buried them in the soil, probably 100 mil, and then screwed them through the top of the enclosure so they don't move. So it must be sucking nutrients through the base of it, but I don't know if there's any roots have sprung out. That'd have to be surely.
Yeah. That'd be it'd be insane if it did. Like, can you just imagine if you just did clone that tree wherever you got it from?
It'd be pretty cool. It was just
had it in your own enclosure. Yeah.
Like, there's just this little reserve down the road. Like, there's a childcare center, and then in front of it's just like a bush, and in this bush it's like a swampy kind of marshy area, and it's just out of there. There's all vines through there. There's like moss and there's sticks and like everything down there. So, took it from there, and it's starting to grow.
We have to catch up for another herp if this weather actually changes at all. It's been such a miserable November, really.
Yeah.
I say that though, and Kai and Michael Payne and stuff like that, they were all going out to Western New South Wales getting sandies and all sorts out there. They're making this. Oh, what did they get? They got that. What's the brown? Was it a strap snouted?
Strap snouted brown, I think it was.
Oh, that was insane. Yeah, that was awesome.
And I know Ollie went out to Narrabri, I think.
Yeah.
So he got that awesome shot of that bandy.
Yeah.
So
long way to go for a bandy, just saying, Ollie.
He got a few other cool.
I know it's a different one, but yeah. I just want to have a tease.
Yeah. Scott's off. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks, Scott. Nice to speak. Yeah, that was that strap snouted brown. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, that is a mouthful, especially after being so tired and a beer. Yeah. I'm stinging at the bit to get out here. I'm just so keen to see the habitat again. Hey.
Yeah. It's supposed to rain all weekend too, isn't it?
This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah. Man, ground floor being here. It's all dirt washes down off a building. That's something that I've learned. My courtyards out here are pretty filthy.
Yeah.
But I had half my plants because I got like a pretty planted courtyard out this side. And like half those plants were like pretty much drowning in water. Yeah. Pretty insane.
Yeah, because I looked at it because I was thinking about just going out one night this weekend.
Yeah.
Even just to look for some frogs. But it's just rain the whole weekend pretty much. So
yeah. I mean, it's good for frogs.
Yeah. So I might even just duck out one night, see if I can find some frogs, get some photographs and stuff. So I added up a couple of those pictures we took that night when we went out.
They turned out really well.
Yeah. Some good ones there. So I didn't realise that there was a rocket frog we saw as well. I didn't get a good one of that.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So I thought I already had a decent one, but it turned out it wasn't. So I was like, bugger.
Common frog. So, you'll get him again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I thought. So I wasn't too fussed about that. But no, the Vhx picture turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that was
pretty
awesome.
Impressed with that one. That's probably one of my favourites.
I even like the striped marsh frog photo. That was really good. That came out just so crisp.
Yeah. No, that was pretty good too. But I like that. I actually like the one of the Vhx climbing the grass better than the one on the green. I thought that looked a bit good. So, because I was going to just start chucking them up on my just my Gecko Effect Instagram page, but I'm just going to keep that for captive stuff. So I just started one for my pictures. Keep it all separate. Because then people will be like, oh, have you got this? No, they're not. This is just,
at least you're having a bit of practice and stuff before we actually go as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing I want to do as well is get out, take a few more pictures, have a bit more practice and all that kind of stuff. And I want to use that other Instagram page as kind of like my log of things I've seen.
Oh, that's right. So you have actually started up another Instagram page as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
I forgot
just purely for...
Just for herp photos.
Yeah. Yeah.
J.R_wildlife.
So, because I want to start ticking off a list of things I've seen in the wild.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, you may as well. I think it's a great idea. I've got like a little bit of a Facebook page that I barely use for that same sort of thing. I probably should actually throw some photos up on there, but I got stuff like all sorts of animals and stuff that I saw in Africa and all sorts up there, just to keep a memory somewhere in case somewhere, my camera craps itself or my phone craps itself or whatever and I lose all that data.
That's right. At least you've got it still. So, because I've got my own personal Instagram page, but half the people that follow me that, they probably don't want to see pictures of frogs and stuff like that. So
I always spam anybody that follows me with all that stuff anyway. I'm like, you know me.
Yeah, that's right.
You can just deal with it.
Yeah. I'll probably chuck a few up there here and there, but yeah. I think I might duck out one night this weekend anyway. Just try and
if it's Saturday night and you're up for it, and if I'm not too belted after work, I might come out with you if you're going somewhere up there.
Yeah, I might see what the weather's doing Saturday. Because I know it's supposed to rain the whole thing. She probably just heard you go, nope, you're not. 22 and rainy. Friday's 26.
Oh, really?
No rain, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower.
Interesting.
Yeah. Daytime temperatures reaching around 30.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. That might be potentially a better night.
Yeah.
If you want to find some reptilians.
Yes.
That'll be the first hot night in a while.
Yeah, so everything will probably be out in force. Yeah.
Oh, Scott's still here.
He's back.
He's back. Yeah, it's what base settings for herp shots? F22, ISO 100, shutter 1 to 200, 3 flash guns or 2 diffuse start, and then modified depending on your preference.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if the photography side of it's for me. I'm not that patient. I don't have time to sit down and edit photos and stuff. I think I'll just put together little clips and videos and stuff like that. That might be my little cup of tea.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've always loved photography, so.
Yeah, I mean, your passion's your passion, right? And
yeah.
Like we've said many times, we don't need 40 guys photographing the same thing.
Nah, well, that's, even, I'll get 1 or 2 shots and I'm good. I don't have to sit there and get the perfect shot. It's more of a record as well and a half decent photo. Yeah. It doesn't have to be super, super decent.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's just more logging what I've seen. But, I thought about getting some tabs in my little book here. What I've seen, marking it off. But then someone's like, no, don't mark the book. You wreck the book. I'm like, I've got 3 of them.
Like everything else.
I literally got 1 purely for that reason. Like to read and to use, actually use it as a field guide. I don't want to mark the Bible up. Like my coggers will stay pristine, but I'll actually use that for what I bought it for. So
yeah, why not?
Yeah,
this was something to be pretty proud of too. I want to say his name's Wes Reed. I could be completely wrong with that, but he actually, he got to find a Woma in far northwestern New South Wales, which was pretty unreal. You don't get too many of them coming that far.
Nah.
Far down. So that was an awesome find. We threw that up over in, was it the Herp? Oh man, my tongue tonight is just shocking. It was that Herp photo page or something like that on Facebook, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was. Oh, there you go. Scott said he has a checklist in the back. Might have to buy another one, Scott.
Oh, there you go. That's the benefit of when you are a herpo and you are writing books as well. You know what the herpers want.
Oh, that's right. He's got that sale coming up soon too, doesn't he? Excellent. Yeah. No, I'm getting for Christmas.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Scott's saying as far as, yes, you do, Luke. You've just not been bitten by the bug yet.
Probably photography.
Oh, photography. Yeah, no, look, I've got cameras, mate. I just don't know how to use them very well. I probably just need to practice way more. Yep. And
that's what
I need to buy another flash.
That's right. Yours was full of batteries, wasn't it?
Mine was full of batteries that exploded after Alice Springs.
Yeah.
So, rookie mistake on my behalf. But I might even try to at least bring 1 camera up with me just for giggles, seeing you guys are going to be doing it anyway. I'm not going to do anything fancy, but
I don't know. 7200?
Yeah, I got D7200 and a D3600, which is just like a light, easy flip around type thing. So I might just bring the 7200 with me. It does seem to be a bit better.
Yeah.
Well, it should be because it was double the price. I've never practiced doing video on them. Hey, it just still weirds me out. Even with the whole YouTube thing, I just find it so easy just to whip out my phone and gimbal and do everything, and then I can just edit it all on the phone.
It does become more expensive using an SLR for video. But
yeah. Well, the amount of space that it takes up. But in saying that, quality of video is incredible compared to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't actually know what the video capabilities are of the 7200.
I know you can do it. I couldn't tell you the stats or anything like that, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. Damien's ordered 3 books from Scott's website. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are good books. I need to get the frog one.
I've got that one.
One.
I got a bunch of the exotic ones too, like the Southeast Asia and India and all that stuff.
Yeah, they're just such handy little books. I think if I bring away any books, I'd probably bring Scott's books.
Yeah.
Just because they are so nice and small. I've only got the mammals, the lizards of Australia, and the snakes of Australia. So, yeah.
Oh, well, Christmas sales coming up, mate.
Yeah. Oh, I've asked wifey for a subscription to a coral magazine just to throw a spanner in the works. So
something different.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of reef stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
I've ordered a bigger tank already, so I don't get that till January though. Into January. But yeah. 100%. DSLR video will blow any phone out of the water.
Yeah.
I'm not disregarding that whatsoever. But yeah. That's just one of those things I just don't have the time and patience for. It's just easy for me to flip out the phone. And actually I had Scott yelling at me the other day because I didn't take any DSLR photos of the clutch hatching.
Yeah, I thought that. I was like, because what day was that? Did they hatch? I was like, I almost thought about jumping in the car and driving down when you sent me that was night time, wasn't it? When you sent me those pictures, it was like 10 o'clock at night, I think.
Yeah, that was Friday night, late Friday night.
Yeah.
That would have been good though. I would have just been like, yeah, cool, man. Come and take photos or whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have bothered me. Saves me doing it. I was too busy running around and screaming like a little girl.
You could hear the excitement in your voice in the video you sent me.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, rightfully so, right?
Oh, mate. Like, yeah, I'd have the exact same if I'd done it too.
It's no different to me finding the Amier out in the Central. That was same sort of excitement.
You'll hear my voice when we find stuff out there that I haven't seen. So
even better, I'll video it so then everybody else can hear it.
Yeah. So what Tyson, the M50 is great for video and cheap. Yeah, some good some good cameras out there. But see, I just use the SLR because I've got the SLR. So yeah, because I think mine's pretty good on video. But I've always thought about doing some video here and there. Like I've got all the soft
videos come up real clean.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. But
it's one of those things. Hey, it's just time, patience, money, all the rest of it.
Oh, exactly.
I just use this thing. Just kick the desk. This thing tends to like steady everything quite nicely. It's just like a DJI mobile thing.
But that's probably a massive thing to do when you're filming, just to keep it steady, because there's nothing worse than watching a video and it's like moving around heaps.
Oh, look, I'm a complete culprit of like not even cracking this out, even though it's on the shelf for just like little clips. Like I'm like, it's only 10 seconds. I can't be bothered turning this thing on and plugging it all in and all the rest of it. But
yeah,
I should do it more often. But I'll definitely be bringing with this to Kakadu.
Yeah.
The only thing I was thinking about actually with Kakadu is we're all going to be wanting to charge stuff. I'm assuming that we're going to just have to all charge it out of the car.
I've already been thinking about that.
I've got a few battery packs and stuff like that, but that's only going to get you so far.
Yeah. You can get some pretty good solar ones. I got a bunch of spare cameras from batteries for my camera though.
I do too for my camera. It's more just like my phone and my gimbal that I'll be worried about, because essentially that's my camera and my filming gear. So
yeah.
Not that I'll be talking on the phone to anyone.
Nah, you have no reception out there. Nah. You can get those solar chargers.
Yeah, okay. Well, I suppose we're going to have a lot of doubt. I'd imagine we'd have a lot of downtime during the middle of the day anyway.
Yeah, definitely. In the middle of the day, nice and hot.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking actually today, I was like, one of the things that I wouldn't mind taking up with me is, beside like that blow-up pillow that we were talking about the other week or whenever that was, but you can get like these like super lightweight, I want to say they're like nylon or something like that, but they're like little shade sail tarp type things.
Yeah.
You just tie up in between trees and stuff. I was like, that'd be a good idea just to have a few of those just to kind of keep the sun off.
Yeah, definitely, especially in the middle of the day. That's why it's a shame it's heaps far away, because on the Mrs. car I've got a 270-degree awning.
Oh, okay, yep.
So I can unzip it and it unfolds all the way around to the back of the car.
Oh, wow.
that takes out the side all the way around the back.
Yeah.
So basically, you can just sit under that, and you don't need poles for it too. But it's just a little bit too far to drive up there.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Because I've got all the dual batteries and everything in that, the fridge, everything.
Yeah, Damien, we've kind of organised to go up to Kakadu with Luke Yongans. Yeah, that is the Luke that we've been mentioning up there, and who's been on the podcast in the past. We basically, both Jason and I turned around to each other because Luke kind of said, open invitation to come up and have a bit of a herp trip, and as in like to Jason and I, and we pretty much called him out on it and said, yeah, we're coming. So, yeah, it'll be good. It should be good.
Yeah.
I think 3 is a good number too because it's like not overly cramped in the car.
Yeah, that's right.
You still got space for a bit of gear and stuff in there and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I think 4's kind of getting tighter.
Yeah.
Although he's got a ute too, which helps.
Yeah, the back seats aren't massive in those utes. Like, it's enough for 4 people, but if you're in the car all day, it's like it gets a bit too much. But
to be honest, I think a lot of the places, and Luke will probably correct me here, but from my experience when I was up there, if you're jumping around in between a few places, you're probably only going to be doing a couple of hours a day in the car.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too crazy. 4 at max sort of thing. Unless he decides that he's over the NT and he wants to go over into Kununurra or something like that, which might be a little bit further.
Yeah, exactly.
Still possible if WA let us in.
Yeah.
We're not 100% what's happening yet. We just want to go and find reptiles.
I'll go wherever.
Yeah.
I'm not fussed. As long as I find stuff. The thing is, everything there I haven't seen before. So no matter what it is, I'll be excited as. So.
I'm pretty much in the same boat with you, mate. I didn't find a hell of a lot.
You found some things though, so.
Yeah, but it's also different condition on animals and things as well. Like those water pythons I found look pretty scrappy. Seeing all the crocs, I found a few that were by myself when I found them. But, most of the big ones that I saw were all on those croc tours and stuff, which, you do as a tourist. They were bloody impressive though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They've also got a chicken every day coming to them to show,
That's right.
show the audience, Yeah. That's why they're 4.5 to 6 meters long up there and built. Yeah. It
was good actually because at the reptile park, Elvis was super close to the fence, and because there was no one there. How it's you've been there obviously.
Yeah,
It's like that U-shaped pool. He was at the one of the ends of the U-shape up near where the frogs are, like that little frog hollow where Miss Piggy is, whatever that turtle's name is. Yeah, he was right near the fence, so you could just see it was awesome. That's probably the closest I've actually seen him all the times I've been there. He's usually off somewhere else, but he's just sitting there.
I haven't been there in I want to say a couple of years at least now, so I should come up. Should come up and do a day up there. I have been telling Jake that I'll come up, but just trying to organise a time.
Yeah, I told him I was going to as well, and then I went up there and didn't even shoot him a message.
Yeah,
I think if I was up there by myself, I probably would have, or if I run into him, I wouldn't have gone out of my way.
Yeah,
so, especially with the kids and stuff.
Yeah, well, it is kind of a bit of extra time and baggage in that sense. It is a bit harder.
Watching the reptile show, my son drops his sunnies into the reptile pit. I'm like, oh, here we go. Because he's like, oh no, my sunnies. And then because I had the alligator down on the ground, I was like, oh, we'll just wait to the end, buddy, we'll get him. And then he drops his cookie in there. Oh no, my cookie. I'm like, oh mate, that's gone, mate. You don't get that. And he's like, no, get it. I go, no, mate, the alligator's gonna eat that now. He's like, oh. I was like, oh, it was pretty funny.
Life of a dad, hey?
Yeah. And it's like, oh. And so I had to, I'm like, oh, don't worry, buddy, I'll get you another cookie. Didn't get him another cookie. I made him think he was getting another one.
That kind of, hopefully he's got a bit of a shorter attention span for that sort of thing, just for that period of time. And
but the next day, he'll remember the next day, oh, where's my cookie? And I go, oh, we'll get one now. But it's good because I gave him the map. So the whole way home, he was just reading the map, just pointing out all the different animals and this and that. So,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a good spot up there, eh?
It is a good park. I think they do a good job for what they got there. It's it's not a massive park, but they do a pretty good job of the sort of area that they have. I do love that alligator lake essentially they've got there, because that's quite sizey. That's pretty cool when they all come out and feed them.
Yeah, they've got a few more things built now up in that back, like where you do that bushwalk.
Oh, yep.
They've got a few more things. Like there's a whole big. They're doing some work with some of the endangered frog species now.
Yeah.
So they've got like a new building built specifically for the endangered frogs. So that's where we saw the green and gold bell frogs and stuff like that. But obviously, a lot of the enclosures were empty still, so they're still waiting on maybe quarantine or this and that. And they've got this whole big new turtle section for like the Manning River turtle. I think there's some Bellingen River turtles there.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a whole big like turtle section there as well now up the back.
I'll definitely have to go up. Maybe I'll just wait till after Chrissy.
Yeah, don't go on school holidays.
No, I don't know. Make that mistake a couple of times.
Yeah. So
either that or I'll go before school holidays. They're coming up quick, aren't they?
Yeah, I think 2 weeks or something.
Quick. Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it on a Monday, because at least having Mondays off, I can kind of beat the crowds for a lot of things. But yeah, I'm not doing school holidays up there.
No.
That'd be a nightmare.
No.
I don't know how those guys do it. Actually, we cop it really bad at the shop for school holidays. Really bad. Because
people just come in just to look at like reptiles.
Everybody comes in and goes, "Oh, it's like a free zoo here."
Yeah.
It's like, yep.
Pretty much.
Yep. We should charge like a $3 entry fee or something just to top up the bank.
Yeah. Here we go. Romos power banks on Amazon, $35. That might be worth looking into. Some of those power banks. JP
might not do DSLRs or AA's.
Yeah. No. You could work it. There'd be a workaround. It'd just be the plug, obviously, because
I know a Sparky.
Yeah, same. So, but yeah, no, so I was thinking just get a couple of power banks, but obviously the only thing you got with power banks weight as well.
Yeah, I mean it depends on how big it is. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like I got 2 little ones that are like little sticks, and you can get a couple of charges out of each of them for a phone.
Yeah,
pretty good like that. So
I've got one like that as well.
Yeah, I think as long as while you're driving, you just kind of like you max out the USB port in the car, and then just try to charge everything. But those solar chargers, that sounds like a good idea as well.
Yeah, so they're pretty much those like battery packs that charge your phone with, but they got like a solar panel built on it. Like I don't know, the solar panels are massive, so it doesn't charge super well. But if you're not using it, and you just sit it out somewhere in the sun, helps top it up.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask, have you got any other enclosures on the works at the moment?
As in new ones, or just ones I'm
new
working
builds,
on?
or
nothing at the. So I've got the frogs and the chameleon geckos.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
And then maybe something in the future. Actually,
I'm not prodding. I know that there is something in the future, but I was just wondering if you had started on set enclosure for something in the future, or maybe
it's underway. So it's underway. Underway.
Is it being ordered? Are you ordering that one, or are you going to?
No, I'm still 50-50.
Okay.
So 50-50 on that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it's big.
Okay. We'll talk about this more when we're off.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So,
I'm actually like kind of stinging to do this whole thing now. Like even though it's only been like 48 hours of thinking of it.
Well, now I'm getting some more frogs. So,
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes here, hey? A lot of changes.
Those frogs are welcome here. It saves you getting rid of them. So
I'd rather not. As I said, I'd rather these kind of things go to good friends.
Yeah.
And then that way I know where they are.
If you ever want them back, you can just take them. So
yeah. Like I wouldn't put that pressure on anybody, but it's the same as like a couple of animals I got here. I got off Mitch. He sorted me out with those, and I messaged him, and I'm just like, these animals are probably going to have to go. So, they're yours, sort of thing. Like I'm not expecting, or I'd never go out and just sell them on somebody like that, or get rid of them, without contacting that person first, and at least coming up with an action plan sort of thing. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, it's, give it a year. I reckon it's going to look really different in here. Really different.
Yeah. Right. But that's the thing. Excited. You go through things where you get all this new stuff that you haven't kept before, and you set it up, it looks awesome, but then it's like you've got to kind of work out what you want to work with as well.
Yeah. Trial and error.
Trial and error, yeah. Like I did the same thing. Like there's heaps of geckos I had. I do regret selling some of them. But yeah, I do regret it. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I'd get half of the ones back that I had.
Yeah.
But that's just personal preference. So,
well, that's it.
What's going, what's staying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
he probably doesn't say because his inbox will be flooded.
yeah. That's probably a good thing to not say, I suppose. Not for the time being, but yeah.
Safe to say, Gillen's won't be going anyway.
Yeah. Oh, they're not going anywhere at all. And like the couple of species that I've actually committed to this year to get as well, I still plan to get. So being Depressor and the Wheeler, like they're two species that I am really interested in. I know, like I've had Wheeler before, so I know what I'm in for there.
Yeah.
Obviously, never owning Depressor, I don't know how I'm going to go with that, but I'd assume that I'm going to love it. But yeah, it's one of those things where there's just a lot of stuff here that I'm going, you know what, like Pete's conversation definitely helped kind of push it in this direction a little bit, but it was something that was already on my mind. And that's just simply having the time for everything and doing them good and doing them really, really good. You know, like I look around at the end of the day and I've fed everything, I've cleaned everything, and then it's just like messy again in a couple of days' time. And it's like, oh, doing this with 100 odd animals is just tiring. You know, like
it is.
I'm honestly thinking you're trimming down to 30, 40 sort of thing, like quite low numbers for me. Like it's been a long time since I've been down that sort of low. So yeah, we'll see. Frizzy's got more monitors coming. Are you able to tell us what monitors you've got coming, Frizzy? Because that'd be kind of interesting. I kind of don't want to talk about what I'm doing just yet, just in case I do get smashed. Yeah. Pete is he's a wealth of knowledge, and I honestly don't know how he does what he does. Still working a full-time job and stuff as well. Yeah. Kudos to him. I don't think he sleeps.
Mustn't do. What's he say? Red Bulls, was it, or V's?
Yeah, I think he was on the V's or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I can't drink those things,
Brevies Brevies is a good start.
Oh, yeah. I do love Brevies.
If you start keeping more species of Agonia, Luke, you'll never want to stop. Easily my favorite genus of Aussie reptiles. You will love the Depressor 100%. Well, I don't think I'm going to doubt that I'd like the Depressor, but yeah, Agonia I could see being a pretty addictive sort of group, that's for sure. I actually really love my Cunninghams that's out in the pit. I love that lizard. Yeah. I fed him a hibiscus yesterday.
Loved it.
I just like scoffed the whole thing in one hit.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big lizard. Apparently this La Nina cyclone is meant to last until next February. Yeah, it could be a good frog season, that's for sure, John. At least we can find something around here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us something to target.
You've got me hooked on frogs, Luke, hey?
Good.
And it's like my wife loves them too, so, you know, it's another good thing.
Well, when little Croaky Pants down here comes to live with you, you can take his tank too. We'll just empty out the water and you can refill it and then it's done for you. Yeah.
Well, like I'll probably just do this rack.
Yeah.
I'll just do that whole way down Exo Terrace because there's a couple of other frogs I wouldn't mind tracking down. Obviously, those two will be full.
What else are you trying to track?
Love to get some Blue Mountains tree frogs, I think.
Yeah, good species. I love them.
I love the tree frog. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of other species of frogs I love, but I just know there's something about the Blue Mountains tree frogs I like. There's a few other species I like as well, but I've never seen them around. But I don't want to go nuts again. I just want to kind of try and keep it limited.
Yeah, but in these enclosures, if you've got kind of like 2 or 3 frogs in there, you know, they don't take up a hell of a lot of food.
Nah.
A hell of a lot of room. And if you don't go nuts.
More species of frogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Frogs is another wormhole. It's,
I know.
I got to 7 species real quick. And I loved it, but it was just like, I think the biggest problem for me is a lot of them, when I had a lot of them, they were kind of really small. Like even those red eyes that you got, they were probably not even the size of my thumbnail when I got them.
Yeah.
They were tiny,
Yeah,
like
right.
smaller than a 5-cent piece.
Yeah.
And bright yellow. That's the crazy thing about red eyes when they're babies. They're like neon yellow.
Yeah. But yeah, there's something about frogs I love. I don't know. I've always loved them though. But yeah, I never underrated. I never kept them. Yeah, they are.
And if you like bio setups too, like they're perfect for it.
Yeah, perfect. But I think the thing is like they're noisy, so that's why probably a lot of people don't keep them. I'm lucky because this shed's not attached to my house, so
hands down, if I have a chance to get like a shed like you in the future, I will 100% get frogs back. No word of a doubt. Like that's one thing that I absolutely love. Yeah. I'd love to get big guys too and do a big tank with things like white lips or mags. Mags would be awesome.
Well, we were thinking about doing that and having it inside, but I said to the missus, you probably don't want it inside. But then she saw the green gold bell frogs and she was like, oh, maybe not.
They've got a pretty good call to them as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do.
I haven't played the app for a while, but
I did. I played it to her when we got home. I'm like, I'll show you what they sound like when we get home.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, that's not too bad. I go, yeah, you say that now until they're going every night inside the house.
So this little frog, albeit one male, green stream frogs out of the 7 species that I kept were the quietest.
Yeah.
And if I shut this bedroom door and our bedroom door, I can still hear him.
Yeah.
You know, and he's one tiny little frog that's like 3 centimeters long.
Yep.
They've got a good croak.
Yeah.
Got a good croak.
But yeah, there's just something about them. I just love frogs, eh? They're growing on me. I've always have, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Kai's just thrown up a comment here. If it's raining on the coast, head west. Couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, technically we're heading west. It's just very northwest.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing. But otherwise, locally, frogging. I'm down for frogging, man. It's been a couple of years since I've done some proper frogging.
Lock it in, Eddie. Lock it in.
Get the gumboots out.
Get your camera out too.
I've got to get another flash.
Yeah.
Got to get another flash. And I've got to pay for a lot of stuff.
Herp trip.
Yep. Herp trip. New fish tank. Yeah, a lot of stuff. New renos.
Best things. Marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, to be honest, I'll probably just buy like a $50 flash or something off eBay and call it a day. I'll find that it does enough. How much was the diffuser that you got worth?
I can't remember, actually. Can't remember.
So what was that? Signatech or something?
Yeah, Signatech or something. Just flick him an email.
Yeah.
Or a messenger on Instagram. I honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of books at that stage, so.
It's funny when you're buying heaps of stuff and all the figures just turn into one.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't remember what I've got.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any more books recently?
I got, what did I get? They're upstairs still because I was having a flick through them the other day. You know the little read concise books that are about that big?
Mm.
I got the snake one, the frog one of them. I've got the lizard one in the bookshelf now. Yep. And I also got, I think it was either snakes or reptiles of the Sunshine Coast, maybe. It's like a little booklet.
Yep.
So I just got those 3 little books, but that's pretty much all I've done lately.
Yeah, cool.
There's a couple of books I want to try and track down, but so I'm just kind of holding off getting anything else. I'm going to try and track some of them down. So
I really want that. Yeah, I really want that big lizard book by Danny Brown, but it's worth a bloody pretty penny at the moment.
Yeah, it's like $900 now.
Yeah.
I wish I bought 2 when I bought my one because it was half price when I bought it. He was moving on the last of his stock.
Yeah, I think I might just need to collect the smaller ones first.
Yeah.
Before I jump into that. I even want to just do more of those Reptiles of Australia. Like Jerry Swan and stuff.
Yeah.
I only got 3 of them. I think there's 6 now, isn't there? 5 or 6?
6. I got there. 6.
6 is the new one, yeah.
Yeah. 6 is the one with the I held up before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the scales and tails, I want to track down. I want to actually write out the list of what I need and then try to track them down, see if I can just hunt the last kind of few that I need out of that.
I'm missing, I think, 4, but I've got 2 lots, so if you need something.
Yeah, I'll have to go through them.
Not the complete set, though.
Yeah. I love going through them, hey, because, like, honestly, there's so many good articles from so many breeders and stuff in there, and it just seems like so much more kind of casual to have it in a magazine versus a book. It's kind of like, this is how I did it. And I
do miss getting the magazines I think they're monthly, every month. I do miss, like, I remember going to the newsagent because I did subscribe to them. I don't know, I never did. I don't think I could afford to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'd always, every month, I'd wander down the newsagent, see if they had him. If they didn't have it, I'd have to go to the next newsagent, just try and find them.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I walked into a newsagent the other day for some reason. I can't remember what I went there for. And I was like, oh man, I actually miss coming down every month to try and see if it's out yet. You know, you come down on that, say, hey, come back tomorrow or whatever. Like, I actually miss going down trying to find the magazine.
Oh, it's, the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah. I mean, they always had them most of the time, but yeah, it's just that extra thing that you don't do anymore.
Yeah.
There's a great digital magazine online from America. That's obviously all like, it's just all herbs, but Herpetoculture magazine, I think it's called, from the guys from I can't remember the name of the podcast, Snakes and Stogies Herpetoculture Network. Yeah, so they do a magazine as well. It's just a digital one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, cool.
You can buy printed copies of that as well and get them sent over. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, JP. JP said definitely. He doesn't think magazines would work anymore.
No.
Everyone self-publishes the cool stuff on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. 100%. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, I know. I tried it for a while. They had the online digital magazine, and then you could also release the. They released a limited edition run of printed versions as well. Yeah, I've got the Vhx magazine as well. Actually, I need to track down a few of the earlier ones. I don't have a few of the earlier ones. That's on my list to track down as well.
That's something I need to sign up to. It's on the to-do list. It's going to be on the to-do list for a while, I think. Time gets away from me.
Yeah. But, that's another rabbit hole, books. I've slowed down a bit recently, coming up to Christmas, so got to save Christmas presents for myself.
Oh, surely your son needs a few extra books. Get him started on a cogger early.
Oh, I pulled out the ones the other day and he was having a flick through them. Yeah, he loves them. He always but I don't want him to wreck my ones. But, this one here, like the one that I'm actually going to use, like I'll let him flick through that. Loves it. He just starts to, everything's kind of like a dinosaur, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But they're good books though, man. So much stuff in them.
They are definitely good books. It's one of those things that I've still got like a full shelf that's like open to books as well. So I've still got space.
Doubled up. I need another bookshelf.
Yeah.
This whole room's going to get changed very shortly.
Going to do a bit of a flipperoo?
A bit of a flip around, and obviously need to track down a few more of, I keep doing that, a few more of these, this size, if I can find them. I tried to get some the other day on Marketplace. The message guys, they're available. I was like, sweet, I'll come pick them up. He's like, oh, sorry, they're sold. I was like, all right.
I may be able to help you out with one or two shortly.
True. Oh, well, if you move those frogs on, there's one.
Yeah.
But
you just say the word, mate.
Mate, the room's here if you want it, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind having them here right now. Like, it's not any stress off my head right now. But in saying that, if you happen to be like, I'm ready, then they're yours.
Yeah. So I still love Exoterras, though. I love PVC and I love the Exoterras.
I do too. And it will be a bit of a shame to kind of tear down half this room, considering I've only just put it together. But, it's just one of those things I'm going to have to do. And, the way that I'm kind of planning it out, I just need to be prepared for everything. So that just needs to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am super excited about doing like 3 massive monitor cages behind me.
That'd
here.
be
And
awesome, hey?
My plan in particular for the Kimbo cage, because I was going to redo the Kimbo cage as it is now.
Yep.
I'm going to hold off on doing that because there's no point of putting the energy into it just yet if I'm going to be tearing it apart. But you know, I don't know if you've seen like the rocks in the Kimberleys and in like those gorges where they're like black. I think I took a screenshot and
like
somebody saw a glebo or something.
Yeah, actually, who was that? I saw that. I was sitting on the side of the rock. I saw that as well.
I don't know how to bring up images on this thing, so I'll see if I can show everybody over here. But see how that is?
Yeah.
Like that kind of gorge with like that, just like that black weathered rock. Like that's what I want to do for the Kimberley rock monitor. It's just have it. So then when the Kimbo's running around on it, it kind of stands out a bit.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to do something like that. It's so phenomenal.
You've got that photo saved, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing about some of those pages. Some of the stuff that, like, images these guys are getting out, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Great habitat shots.
It's awesome just to even, like, we're going to be pretty lucky in the sense of when we go there, you're going to be able to take habitat shots for things as well, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't just plan on taking pictures of reptiles as well. Obviously doing landscape stuff. So that's one thing I've got to pack is some landscape filters. But it's going to be fun. Oh, but that's on Carry On anyway. I've done it before. But glass filters.
Oh, yeah.
So I've done it before. The box is pretty solid. Like it's a solid box they're in. But yeah, they're all glass. So I want to do a little bit of that kind of stuff as well. Get a bit of landscape stuff, a bit of my own stuff. I'll try and do some Astro stuff as well.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
60 high, 45, 45s, Tyson.
60, yeah. Good size.
Yep. Perfect size.
Yeah. They're probably my most common size here. I think I've got 1, 2, 6, 7.
Yeah,
7
they were my most common, and 60, 45s were my other one.
I've only got one of those.
Yeah.
But it kind of throws these racks off. These racks fit 3 of those 45, 45, 60 tools.
Yeah.
Like perfectly along it.
Yeah.
So I had to find a 30 by 30 by 60 just to kind of make up the difference for the 60 by 60 by 45.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tell you what, these little hopping mice have grown on me so much over the last few weeks. Hey.
They still breeding?
Yeah, I've got another litter now, and one of the because I only had one initial baby out of, so they had 2 litters, ate both of them, had a 3rd litter, and then one survived and is actually running around and joined the mob now. Essentially, it's still like a little bit small, but it's quite cute. But yeah, today I went through and kind of like dug out heaps of their sand and put in a whole bunch of fresh sand and stuff in there for them, and put a whole bunch of leaf litter and bits and pieces in there. And they just came out of everywhere. They're just like tearing apart the new leaves and just loving it. It was just like all the new smells and stuff. They were just so intrigued by it all.
Yeah.
I put a whole bunch of fresh hay in there for them. Actually, one's just jumped away with a chunk of carrot. But they're just so interactive, hey? And like so many of them will actually let me pat them now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think I'd ever be able to do that. Like the baby, I can like full stroke, like because I picked him up a few times when he was little, sort of thing. So yeah. I actually think that's something that I'll keep over reptiles as well for a bit of a spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But they are super, super cute.
It's kind of a shame we can't keep more species, really.
It is, man. It is. Because, like, as much as these guys are cool, like, it would be so cool to keep, like, there's so many more, like, small marsupials and rodents and things out there that would be pretty good for it. Can you imagine having a numbat walking around your house?
It'd be awesome.
It'd be so cool. Bugger again the cat.
Or some of the little possums and stuff.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. JP just said, Luke, can you hype them up way more so I can sell mine over a huge quantity of them at the moment? Yeah, I can see how that can definitely start up, that's for sure. Yeah, they did do hopping mice really well at the Alice Springs Desert Park. That was really cool to go and see. Actually, they did a lot of enclosures really well there. That was one of the best zoos I've seen. Didn't have like a mass amount of animals, but the animals that they did, they had big enclosures and they were just like perfect biotopes of their environment. Like the rocks were right, the plants were right. Everything was from their actual environment. That was really cool. But yeah, no, I'm really loving them. Hey, really, really loving them. I do want to build them a bit of a bigger enclosure though. I'm thinking about, like, if I do keep them in this rack that's next to me here, doing a bit of a shallower enclosure because they don't use height, but doing like a long 1500 enclosure, and a bit deeper too, just to give them that hop-in space.
Yeah, we'll have to talk Tyson after.
Yeah, Dunarts would be awesome.
Yeah. There's heaps of things that'd be awesome.
Yeah, stacks, man. I'd love a sugar glider. Sugar gliders would be cool.
Yeah, same.
Or even though you get those striped possums up on the Cape as well. They're really cool. Really beautiful animals.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. You know, you can just go keep cats, dogs. Don't get me wrong, they're all like pets and stuff, but there's some awesome native animals out there that'd be awesome as well.
So JP's written, the best part of your hopping mice video is how much effort and consideration you were putting into it, knowing full well that it was going to be trashed in 24 hours. 100% right.
It probably wasn't even 24 hours.
Yeah, I was like pretty much finished pressing record and I was like, oh god, they've already torn all the grasses to pieces. But yeah, there was it's well worth it though. Like it's kind of, I think with the mammal too, I'm seeing enrichment, like, because you have to do it so often. Enrichment's such a key part of their life, to have something new smell and stuff. Whereas like reptiles, you can do little subtle things, but for these guys, you kind of need to go a little bit more over the top.
Yeah, they pick up on it a lot more.
Oh, like taking out 20 kilos of dirty sand and adding in 20 kilos of clean sand, and they get to like trash it all around the place and spit it up everywhere and dig little burrows and, you know, go through it all. Yeah, they're loving it. Like they've been like they were all asleep. I did that to the cage and then they were all awake, just everywhere, just doing it. It's so cool. Even the young fella from work, he came up here the other day and like he was looking at the green tree python babies, but he was like enthralled with the hopping mice more than anything. Hey,
the look on his face in that picture.
Yeah. So I took a photo and I sent it to Jason. But basically, Elliot from work, he was up here the other day just hanging out, and I got all 12 green tree pythons out and sat them on the ground in front of him, and he was just sitting there looking at the ball, just losing his mind.
I'd probably have the same face, to be honest.
I have the same face every morning. I come in and pinch myself and I go, no, they're all still there.
So good, hey.
This actually happened. Yeah.
It's awesome to hear that you and Matt did the same method of incubation, and it was only like a day apart, 2 days apart.
So he didn't heat his green tree python, but what he said to me was the fact that he's in Cairns. It's 30 degrees year round.
Exactly. So you pretty much had the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty good to be able to kind of see that it was pretty much the same. And I think he said the same sort of thing, like where he had pretty decent sized babies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. How am I keeping the green tree python hatchies? Just very simply. So they're just in a snake rack, just in little 5 litre tubs. Nothing too fancy. There's a little bit of trellis in there, just like a garden trellis. Wet paper towel, essentially little water bowl. But yeah, nothing too crazy. You know the good thing about these guys though, if they're dirty, their paper, you just like pick them out and you just put them down somewhere.
Yeah,
clean that tub.
Don't run away.
They come back to it. No, they're still there. Yeah. But yeah, I'll give everyone a quick peek since we're back to that.
Is that right? You can see this, like the pattern you're talking about on the neck.
Yeah,
on that one.
Yeah, it's like a little bit darker on the top of the neck.
Yeah, stunning. Eh?
Cool little animals. Very cool. Very lucky to have them. It's going to be hard letting them go though.
Yeah, I bet.
At least I get to keep a heap.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of breeding for yourself. If you want them, right. You can keep them.
That's right.
Hence why there's like, I don't know, 10 Gillinai in this room or something now. Thereabouts. 11? 11. I think there's 11 in here. But yeah.
Oh, well, those enclosures look a good bunch of doing though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to bite off any other enclosures that I don't plan to keep for now. Just because I think that'd be a waste of energy. I still need to do I was going to say Fimbria.
I think I say Owen Pellies then.
I was going for Oedura, but yeah, no, Owen Pellies. Geez, that'd be nice.
Actually, I saw Darren ask a question before whether we'd heard if they'd got the second clutch out from the reptile park.
Where was that? Was that ages ago, was it?
Yeah, it was a bit further up, yeah. I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from the guys up there, but yeah, it would be interesting to know for sure. Because that's another one that I like to watch keenly is how the Owen Pellies are kind of tracking. Because yeah, that's a dream python right there. That's an animal that 100%. I think I'd be so stoked to just have one of them, kind of like my Kimbo.
Yeah,
you know, it would just be awesome to have one of them and just watch them. And
I think you'd get to that point though, he'd be like, oh, like green tree pythons, you'd be like, oh, it'd be awesome just to have one, but then you want to get to that next point.
Like everything, right?
Yeah.
And
once you did it once, you'd just be stoked.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking about. If I build a bigger enclosure for the Kimbo too, then there's room for a second.
Yeah, that's right. You can just chuck it straight in.
That's the idea.
Just move a few animals on, mate.
Yeah. Luke, what's your new cages going to be made out of material-wise? To be honest, mate, it'll probably just be form ply, glass, nothing crazy. I like the PVC enclosures and stuff, but I don't think I've got a bank account big enough for it. Not when I'm going to have to spend so much money on foam and tile pointing and all the other gear to fill it out.
I think the size of them as well.
Yeah. Well, for the strength side of it. And I'll still probably do a central prop on all of those enclosures, but I'll probably do it out of like a natural piece of timber.
Yeah. Just like a tree branch or something.
Yeah.
Like a nice thick one, stick it in the middle.
Like what I did with Loki's enclosure.
Yeah. Perfect.
But nothing too crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. In my mind.
What do you reckon, mate? Got anything else you need to chat about?
Nah, I'm good.
I feel like this is kind of like a bit of therapy sometimes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good just to talk reptiles. It's good having everyone else in the chat too to throw some questions at and stuff like that. So
I love it. I reckon it's really good because, I pretty much, we had maybe 6 little dot points or something like that before we jumped on tonight. And we were kind of like, this will be what we'll start talking about and see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
But kind of hit that magic hour and a half sort of time frame. So, yeah.
That's a good length, I reckon. It's a drive to Sydney for me.
You probably still need to listen to another half an hour, wouldn't you, going to Campbelltown?
Oh, yeah, I do. That's where carpets and coffee come in handy.
Yeah. They're good ones. I like the carpets and coffee because that's so relaxed.
Yeah.
They kind of just do this sort of style too, where they almost just wing it a little bit and have a few points.
Definitely. Yeah, Damien said we're going to do live streams more often. We're going to plan on doing it's just me and Luke, just to do live streams more often.
Yeah, exactly. Just so then, at least we can talk to you guys and interact and stuff like that. Whereas otherwise, we just run out of stuff to talk about by ourselves sometimes. So
yeah.
And if we have guests that want to jump on too, that we can trust to jump on, then that's an option as well. But yeah, it's just whether they're comfortable with that sort of stuff or not. And hopefully, this one has no issues jumping up onto the actual podcast side of things, because the last live stream we did had a bit of an issue where Eric couldn't actually get the audio, unfortunately. So
didn't get uploaded.
Hopefully we've squashed that problem. We'll see how we go.
How many are we up to now? Like 30, aren't we? Is this 30?
Something like that, dude. I'll check. I always write it on the Facebook page because I'm like, oh, well, that'll be the way I can kind of track it. But yeah, I want to say this is probably about another 30. I think
it's like 30.
It's gone quick, hey?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a year before we know it. Then for everyone that's still sitting here, Paul Tamas would be a good guy to get on actually. And
actually, Damien messaged me on Instagram. I meant to write back today, but I completely forgot.
I'll apologise on Jason's behalf then, Damien. Paul Tamas would be an awesome guy to actually get on. No, this is 31.
There you go.
31. I actually think it's 32 if you include the last live stream.
Yes. Yeah, because that didn't go. Oh, yeah, it didn't go up.
That didn't go anywhere.
Crazy.
Picking up the wrong beer. He would be a really good guy to get on, actually. And we're kind of planning to do a bit of a Christmas special. Hopefully all going to plan too. We're going to see if we can get Eric and Owen to jump on with us, and maybe have a few others potentially jump on as well and do something there. I don't know if we're going to shut down. Are we going to stop doing any of the podcasts for Chrissy?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, so.
I'm not going anywhere either.
Nah, it doesn't have to be on a Tuesday. It can be whatever night. So
the power is at our hands.
That's right.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't intervene with anyone else. So.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Even if we just jump on and do some lives or something like that, if we're not up to much or whatever.
Just for half an hour or something. People jump on, have a chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
show off your new Christmas presents.
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm getting for Chrissy. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, we'd like to say a massive thank you to Eric and Owen and the rest of the NPR crew for having us. And if you'd like to contact them, it's best to find them at moreliapythonradio.net and email them at info@moreliapythonradio.net. As far as contacting us, you can on our social media platforms, you can email us at australianherpetoculture@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Make sure to check out our Teespring store for podcast merch. The link is on the Facebook page. To see more of what Jason is doing, make sure to follow him on Facebook and Instagram at The Gecko Effect. For myself, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring under Beaches Scaly Beasts. We hope to have you back next week for another episode of the Australian Herpetoculture podcast. Good night, guys.
Good night.